had 2. So 10 flights up. And I have this big hell of a suitcase, and then he came down. And he's going up, and I'm about the 3rd one. I have to stop and rest. And you know, I never left his apartment for the rest of the time. I refused to climb back up those stairs.
That apartment was no joke.
No elevator.
Every time they had a party, like everybody got to the top floor, and they were just like, what the hell? What's up with those stairs? Those stairs are wicked.
More stairs.
And then he lived in a, like, what do they call it, in a terrace?
By the rooftop.
A terrace, so he had to take a staircase to go to his room.
Yep.
Like a ladder staircase.
Because when I finally got inside, he goes, okay, I'm up here. And I said, more.
Those stairs were insane.
It's at that point you're like, well, do I need
The question is, did he carry the suitcase?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Actually did.
He's a gentleman.
He sure did. And he made me get like a $200 ticket when I visited him. Was it last year or the year before when I was in D.C.? The year before, my son got a scholarship to Duke Ellington School of the Arts, and I went there and I decided to drive to see Brian from D.C. to New York. It took me 9 hours because they had some traffic jam, and it took me about 7 hours just to go through the New Jersey Turnpike, and I finally got there. Brian says, park there, man, park there. You'll be safe till 7 o'clock in the morning. I come down to like almost a $200 ticket, and of course Brian goes like this.
Classic Brian.
So you took advice from the guy who doesn't drive.
I know.
But yeah, I parked.
You had to pay it?
Yes.
No
No.
problem, man. You know, no.
Oh, right in the alleyway
If we
there?
get a ticket, Brian, call the police man to take care of this now.
Wait, John, right in the alley there?
Yeah.
Oh no, that one he made me park all the time, and he would just say, "All right, man, just leave the car here. You'll be safe."
That's when we used to park everything.
Yeah. And I remember at the time when the terrorist, he was so like excited that his theater had caught the man, the picture
just
of the
road,
man.
yes, right.
Walking
The bomb,
after
yeah.
he was going to set off the bomb. And he told me how he handed over the tape to the FBI, and he was just,
Oh yeah, he was proud of that.
yeah.
He puts that on his resumes and everything.
He does.
No, I'm serious. I have his resumes. Like he has it on there. Like
serious?
diffused situations of extreme panic and stuff like that. I'm serious.
I worked on that resume.
Yeah.
That's
And I
hysterical.
think you did the final touches.
That's
Yeah.
it was hysterical.
Evacuated people of mass. You know, like it's all on there. It's all on there.
Yes. I mean, he was an expert in child rescues as well. You know, one parent alerted the theater that the kid was missing. Locked down in the theater, checked the whole place. The kid had wandered off, but it was high drama, and of course he loved the high drama. You know.
Yes, he does.
Remember the fire? Who remembers fire? He had a fire in his theater.
I don't remember
I
that.
think he was even on the
He
phone.
evacuated. He had to
Yeah,
evacuate.
he was on the phone with me, and he goes, "I have to go. I have a fire in the theater," and you know, that's all he said, and he hung up, and I'm fretting the whole time. What's going on? And he said it was a small fire, but I had to evacuate everyone safely.
No, I think he stopped the production for the kid, the missing kid. I think he actually stopped the production for that.
Yes, it was a
If
high
I'm not
drama.
mistaken, he was like, shut it down. He was like, and you know where they found the kid? I think from what they told me, the kid was on the what do they call
The
the
balcony,
top,
yeah.
the second floor, the mezzanine. He was on the mezzanine looking over the railing of the mezzanine.
We just wandered
And
off.
he was flabbergasted because he was like, how come none of those people that were sitting in those seats
figure
right there
out, yeah.
said anything about this kid that's missing? Nobody. So he evacuated.
But you know how big his heart was too in the theater. He loved to, you know, when he was ready to take on authority, he stood up tall, the chest puffed out, and he was ready to take on anybody. But he had an autistic child in the audience, and you know, the kid was acting up a bit, but nothing. He said nothing extraordinary. But the neighbor, a stranger, complained. He kicked them out, kicked the stranger out.
Wow.
Yeah, said,
I think he told me.
and told them off about their lack of compassion. for the autistic child and the parent who had brought the child. I mean, it was just beautiful.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah.
I remember once when I lost my cell phone, and I said, "Boy, Brian, I've lost my phone. I don't know what to do." And he goes, "You know what? We always have phones left at the theatre. I'm going to bring you a phone." He brought me a bag with about 20.
I have one.
Everybody has a Brian.
No charges.
I have headphones, I have a camera, I have all my technology. Exactly.
That's hysterical.
My youngest son Daniel, when he heard that Uncle Brian was coming here to live, so he's not going to work at the theatre anymore. No. That means we don't get any phones anymore.
Forget tickets. Forget free
I'm sure you
tickets.
can put in a call or two and probably still get a phone. I have a question though.
Yes.
Are we keeping these stories on the PG-13 side, or can we venture over to the...
Oh, we could venture.
We're over.
We could do R. It's Brian. We have to venture.
I was thinking the same thing. So I have a story.
Okay.
Guys, can we
We have an R-rated store.
yeah.
I asked if we could venture into the R-rated category. I don't know how many people knew Carrie McCauley. Not many. My dad, one of his girlfriends, but this was recent though. Like maybe 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
The blonde
something like
one.
that. Hmm?
The blonde one.
No, that was Kathy.
Not Kathy, there was an American. Yeah,
Blonde.
exactly.
Were there other-
There were quite a few blondes.
She might have been blonde, but I'm pretty sure she goes like brunette nowadays. Anyway, she's
Is
like,
that was the was it Greek or?
I don't know what her nationality was.
Okay.
I didn't know much about her, except for this
Yeah, the Greek.
lovely piece of story I have to tell you guys. Now,
Oh, that was his rainy day girlfriend.
yes.
There you go.
They met at the theater. I remember when
Yeah.
they first met. They met at the theater. Like she was doing something with the show and whatever, and like she was like a journalist or something like that. But they hit it off and had their fun and all that stuff. So I believe we went to like a concert the day before. Noelle Kerr is in town, and she's staying with us in our apartment. And we had a concert. We were all drinking the night before, and I was living with my dad at the time, and our doors are right next to each other.
I remember this story.
And they had brought home a bottle of vodka or tequila. Well, just a bottle of liquor. Let's just put it that way. Well, my dad had to leave early in the morning for work. And Carrie drunk up the whole bottle the night before. The entire thing. So the morning of, she was out. So Noelle and I are watching TV on the sofa. The TV is against the wall where my dad's bedroom is. And all of a sudden we just hear a thud. A loud thud. And we had wood floors. And then we looked at each other and we're like, what was that? You know? And then we decided we should go check it out, make sure everything is okay. I opened the door, and the image that I saw.
Let me see how you handle this one.
The image that I saw was of a naked, passed out Carrie on the floor of the bed next to, with the blanket wrapped around her, and her ass in the air, pointed at me directly.
It was downward facing dog.
To give you a visual, it was like this. And she is still passed out. She did not wake up. And she licked hard. So I tell Noelle, I was like, Noelle, we have a kind of a situation here. And she was like, what is it? And I was like, you need to see this.
You had to share.
You need to see this. She walked in and she was like, oh my God. Like she just had that reaction where she was just like, well, I guess we have to pick her back up and put her back in the bed, right? And I was like,
Jamaica, she would have been right there on
and
But you could have fallen again.
and so I grabbed the feet because I thought it would somehow be more appropriate. And she grabs like underneath the arms or whatever, and we kind of just throw her onto the bed, cover her back up again, go sit back on the sofa like nothing had ever happened. And then we look at each other and we're both like, we will never speak of this again. Like in Pulp Fiction, this shit is between me and you. But the best part though is, like 6 months later, when he broke up with Carrie, I finally tell my dad the story, and my dad is like, well, why the fuck you never telling me this? You know? This is gold! And I was like, I know, Dad, I didn't know what to do. Like, I've never dealt with that before, so. But that was my story about that.
That's a very funny story, actually. That's a
Who
very
drives with Brian the rare times that he drives?
I do.
A few times, like that.
Does he still look like this and drive and talk to you?
Yes,
Oh
he
yeah.
does.
That's right.
Yes, he
You
absolutely
know,
does.
Yeah.
I kept saying to him, this was only the first time I drove with him. When he took that Knutsford Express down to spend that weekend, he was so me about he offered to drive me back to King.